That has had a history of producing tornado. It has had a history of producing damage, and right now we do have video here from one of our KWWL viewers. She was coming back from Adventureland, and she's panning the camera here. I know it's hard to see. It's a vertical video here, but it does look like that is a tornado on the ground. You can see the condensation funnel, some of the debris kind of flying around it. Kind of hard to see with, looks like she's in a car, but there is a little bit of debris right here. So this is currently the storm in the Pella area, which is showing some continuous signs of rotation, and it has had a report of damage, extensive damage near the Bondurant area. So we do want to thank our KWWL viewer, Joanne Johnson, for sending this in. She sent us several videos to our Facebook page, so I know a lot of you folks are out there. A lot of folks probably out in the Des Moines area around Ankeny for Adventureland. So hopefully those folks were staying safe. But again, this looks like at least one tornado, potentially two tornadoes near one another there near the Altoona area. This was about 3:30-ish here during the afternoon hours. So this is, again, the storm that is in the Pella area. But again, we have not had any reports of tornadoes here in eastern Iowa. However, we've had several reports of funnel clouds, just some quick falling funnel clouds. They've been more than halfway to the ground. So it's not going to take much to get that to the ground. So that's why these tornado warnings have been issued. Because again, as Jack was mentioning earlier, our environment very favorable for these tornadoes. We've got just enough spin in the atmosphere with an area of low pressure and a cold front moving through the area. So if we go back to Storm Track 7 live Doppler radar, we'll be able to show you kind of where these storms are right now. Again, the Hardin and Franklin County storm, that has been allowed to expire. Notice that thunderstorm has really just kind of fell apart, which is certainly some good news. But we continue to track the tornado warning here, of course, in Mahaska and Marion County. That's around the Pella area. But of concern here is around the Conrad area, actually just to the southwest of Conrad there in Grundy Center. This is Grundy, Hardin, and Marshall County. That tornado warning continues until 4:45. This, again, is for a radar-indicated tornado, so we've not had any confirmation, but you can kind of see that we do have kind of a little appendage here, a little hook shape where we got inflow going into the storm. That might indicate perhaps a little bit of rotation, and we're kind of seeing just a little rotation there just to the west of the Albion area. So looks like actually Grundy County was just taken out of that. Southern Grundy County was just taken out of that tornado warning. So that's certainly the good news, as it looks like the bulk of this storm, the potentially producing tornado, is to the south of Grundy County. Unfortunately, several reports of damage near the Bondurant area out in central Iowa, and that's actually with this storm that is now off to the northwest of Oskaloosa. Continues to show signs of rotation, and we continue to get updates from the National Weather Service of a tornado that has been observed on the ground. Again, this has a history of producing damage. So we're going to continue to track this storm. I did want to look again at this Marshalltown storm right now. This is where we have had confirmation, again, northwest of Marshalltown, of a tornado on the ground, and it continues to track, looks like directly toward the Marshalltown area. So we certainly want to seek shelter immediately, as some of these storms have had a history of producing damage here this afternoon. And if you're not seeing the tornado, it's definitely heavy rain. We could have a potential hail out of this as well. So again, if you're in Marshall County, and I would say even western portions of Tama County, just to be safe, get to your shelter place, because this continues to track off to the east and southeast at about 25 miles per hour. So this will be moving into the Tama County area very soon, and we're going to probably continue to get updates on this warning, as this storm has now produced a confirmed tornado just to the northwest of Marshalltown. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the wind inside of the storm, get a closer look here. Again, there's Marshalltown right there. This storm is just off to the north and west, and we are getting some very strong signs of rotation right here, right to the northwest of the Marshalltown area. The green is going toward the radar site. That's the wind inside the storm going toward the radar site in Des Moines. The red is where we have the wind going away from the radar site, and when you get that together, that's where we get rotation in the thunderstorm, and that's where we do have that tornado right between Marietta and Marshalltown, it looks like. So this is a pretty serious situation there for Marshall County. I want to kind of bring you up to speed on what's going on across eastern Iowa as a whole. We'll go ahead and wind this out on the Storm Track 7 live Doppler radar. And you'll notice that the Jones County severe thunderstorm warning has been allowed to expire, so that is certainly some good news. South side of Dubuque likely getting some heavy rain and thunderstorms. Lots of lightning associated with those storms there. And we've got some spotty activity here in our northern counties. These are not severe, but these certainly could produce some blinding downpours. Of course, kind of think about the storms we got around the lunch hour in the Waterloo Cedar Falls area. We just got torrential torrential downpours out of that. But those are not severe, so that is certainly good news. But we are going to continue to watch these storms very carefully because, again, the environment is conducive for quick spin-ups. If not, tornadoes could potentially see some funnel clouds as well. Again, the Dubuque area, tri-states getting in on some rain. Thunderstorms south of town, but we continue to track that tornado warning that is in effect for portions of Marshall County for an observed tornado as it continues to track off to the east. Did get a report here out of the Mahaska County tornado. Of course, this is the one that was near Bondurant earlier. We were showing you those tornado videos. It's produced extensive damage near the Bondurant area in central Iowa.
Yeah, we've got reports even
so
more
this
coming in.
Is Marshalltown right now. I mean, I was just mentioning the tornado is located right over it. And this is a serious situation. As Schnack was mentioning, this is a very largely populated area. Let's go ahead and pull up Max 2. This is not issued very often from the National Weather Service, but a tornado emergency means that there is a confirmed large, dangerous tornado on the ground. Injuries and fatalities are unfortunately expected with this. It's a very high impact event, and we need to have everyone in their shelter place right now. So if you're in Marshalltown, you know that the storm is over you. If you are in portions of Tama County, we're talking LeGrand, even if you're in Tama, take shelter immediately. Garwin, take shelter. This is an extremely dangerous situation. We need you in your shelter place right now, lowest level of your home. A basement is the best place to be. I'm going to go ahead and
I'll emphasize